Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Dungeon Initiative. I hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday afternoon. I'm your host, Effie, and we're going to go ahead and jump into tonight. Once again, we're playing here at Balance Martial Arts and Gaming in St. Petersburg, Florida. Definitely stop by and support this card shop. They're also a martial arts dojo. It's been here for around 50 plus years of martial arts training. Definitely check them out. Check out their store at Balance Gaming FL. And if you would like to rent out this studio, it is available for rental. So you can have parties, group gatherings, video reactions. You can use the studio equipment. It's all here and available for rental. All I have for like promotion. Oh yeah, B-Res Coffee. Definitely check out brescoffee.com. It's coffee made by gamers. Oh my gosh, I fucked it up. Made by gamers, for gamers, energy for all. Definitely check them out. I teased this. So we're ready to start. Anybody have anything they want to add in? Say, mention, emotional outburst?
Yay, 2026.
Heady crunch will disappear. Markets crawling through the shadows will be brought to light. If there's a blood dungeon, and if there's monster to be slain, then you know who will answer the call. The initiative, the Dungeon Initiative.
All right. A lot's been going on since the Rose wedding recently had happened. In the prior session, we discovered that the city itself is under attack as a bunch of demonic entities have broken out like a virus amongst the people. You guys are currently located within the castle. Godfrey had gone berserk as his werewolf form, and you managed to basically calm him down and get him to back off and recede back to his original form.
I inserted my alpha status on the beta.
Meanwhile, his bride, recent bride, was slaughtered during this attack, but it is soon after revealed that a devil of some sort with her very image had been responsible for this confusion and the reason that Godfrey went mad and turned into his werewolf form. Imps had attacked the castle along with these shadow demons. Cassandra and a couple of other soldiers had taken off towards the the royal guest quarters. They took Johnny.
Yeah, I took Johnny.
And they took Johnny along with them. Fenrir had disappeared outside in order to fight what he believed to be larger creatures. And meanwhile, inside the castle, Sigrid had gone after Zoe to help Ona. And you guys were successful in this, almost succumbing to the powers of the succubus that had appeared in the hallway. I don't think we killed them. I think they're still alive.
Yeah.
More of them just got.
Two of them got it, I think.
Yeah. Is there anything that I haven't covered?
Godfrey's back in uniform. Devil, Jada took off. Were there imps? I forget.
There's still a couple of imps kind of like scattered around.
Okay. Oh, yeah, then
Like a good chunk of them have been like taken out.
LeFay, her sister, and brother-in-law showed up. Not sure if you mentioned that.
Yeah, so it was Esmeralda,
That's the name.
Aurelia, and Caleb.
Yeah.
So who is currently in the main hall? I believe you were, right?
Me and Hugh And I guess in this case also LeFay.
So yeah, LeFay is
Along
here
with,
now. Esmeralda and Caleb.
Esmeralda. Oh, and Godfrey.
And Godfrey is kind of still
I
still on the
think he's-
ground, grieving.
Yeah, I think he was like unconscious or something.
Being passed out as he is, you see LeFay, Esmeralda and Caleb. They kind of like take like a defensive stance, kind of like facing in the direction of the succubi, who are now fully aware that like they have opponents on either direction of them.
LeFay, is that actually you? Cut her in half. No. Yep. You had 1 hit point. 0 armor.
Oh my god.
You didn't heal her?
Well, I don't think we.
Today's date is 10. Huh? I mean, technically, I think you've rested by now, because all that damage you had was from,
That was a long last night.
but you were in a freezer for a while, so yeah, it's a long rest.
Um,
Oh, you're good now. Maybe.
so there's still chaos going on and about. If you guys want, you can make perception checks. But the immediate threat that you see, LeFay, is to the left of you after coming into the hall. Esmeralda and
Natural
Kaylee
20.
currently staring at these 3 succubi.
13.
What did you get total?
I have a natural 20, so.
What did you get?
Yeah, 13. I'm gonna keep the D20 separate, make sure that we don't get.
So
Well, I mean, you're not gonna.
you're mostly aware that there's like the imps that had chased after Sigrid in the passage, and you can just faintly hear like Ona kind of like saying like, you know, she's still, but she's still saying like, no, she can be my new mother. Why are you guys hurting her? And what you're also aware that like in that passage there's like some sort of imminent danger going on. You much more aware of what's going on there. When you had run in, I think I mentioned that you saw Fenrir fighting some sort of like big bestial type demonic creature. That's still going on. There's a lot of like movement going on outside. Flash of steel and all sorts of like screaming and shouting going on. But you also can hear a little bit further into the castle itself. You can kind of hear more towards the distance where like the king's chambers are. You could faintly hear like the clash of like steel as some sort of battle is going on in the passageway, and you can just hear like Cassandra shouting, "Keep him away from him!" You can also hear someone shouting, saying, "Please, please, he's gonna kill me if he gets inside! I need help!" And you recognize the voice of Jordan Rosewood. You can also just faintly hear Edard's mother shouting, "Stay back! Stay back!" So there's
4 different
all sorts of things
locations.
going on within the castle right now.
Who else?
Sandra?
Cassandra. Yeah. Yeah, so 4 different locations. You're the one that heard all this. Very good.
Esmeralda kind of like not moving just yet. She's looking right at the succubine on the top. Don't you think we should clear these bitches up first?
Who's down that passage right now? Secret in.
You can't see from your
Oh,
perspective.
okay.
Again, like if I showed you here, look, right over here. So like you're like in this area right here.
Okay.
Esmeralda and Lafayette like in this area. Whatever they're seeing is in this passage, and Ona's room is like around here.
I think if we work together with wherever down that hallway first, then we can get everyone else.
That's it.
There's no imps nearby, right?
Not near to you guys at the moment.
Like to pick up Godfrey.
Okay.
Also, when I pick, are we still in initiative order right now?
I would say we are at top of the initiative order, so yes, you're currently.
Okay.
I have it in order here already.
Yeah.
Block you in there somewhere.
I'm assuming he's looking bad. Right?
Who?
Godfrey.
Godfrey looks distraught. You can see that the color has left his skin as he's like looking at the remains of what was his wife, and isn't moving whatsoever, or seems to be aware of his surroundings.
Then Aurelia's there also.
Aurelia is there.
Yeah. So my big werewolf hand's gonna like grab onto his shoulder. I'm going to cast Lay on Hands to try to bump up some of his health. Okay, I'll just pump all that into there. So I think that'll be 8 health. Yeah, that's how the charges work. I can't remember.
What is it for?
Lay on Hands.
Spend the charge for it.
I just literally just put all 8 into it, so I'm not sure if that means like he goes up 8 health or that's 5 points per health. I think doesn't really specify necessarily. I'm assuming it's just like 1 health per point. Yeah, so pump 8 health points into him.
Like you can see that his wounds are like starting to heal in some places, but he's like kind of just.
Just gonna pick him up. Get him. Worry about that later. Now we get you out and mother. We need to find her, right? I need you to focus right now.
Are you still your monster form right
Yes.
now? Hide you.
Okay, I
like,
forgot about
I mean, I guess you're like
Okay.
growling and like talking, but like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's just
Like-
not. He's not there.
Aurelia,
She like looks over to you.
stick close to Godfrey. We're taking him with us.
Which way are we moving?
I heard Ona scream, right?
She seems to be like saying something about mom, like calling someone her mom.
That's the closest voice right now. We gotta get to Ona.
Do you want to go towards the main hall entrance, or do you want to go through the kitchens?
Wait, would I know which way would be faster to get
Probably
to
the kitchens to get to her.
Okay.
Since you're moving with Aurelia and
Yes. you coming with us?
Say you're gonna move with like one person, right? You're gonna move with one person, or are you gonna have Aurelia follow?
Cover, follow.
Okay,
So that way,
she'll go on her.
extra protection on Godfrey.
She kind of like puts her arm under. She goes, "You're kind of impeding my moves here. Can you please get your shit together, brother?" And he's just kind of.
Is anyone following? Or?
I mean, it's your initiative.
Oh.
You're moving your turn.
Okay, so do that. And
So, what's your movement
you
speed?
can't still have the echo out, right?
Yeah. What's your movement speed?
50.
When you get to the kitchens, you kind of run through, almost slipping on some of the blood as you run through the room. You can see the dismembered bodies of the servants and the other people who used to work there. And as you turn the corner, you just see a couple of imps like getting ready to push open the door, and like turn and they look at you, and they're just like, they say it just like that too.
I'm assuming the echo would have been following me, right?
Yeah.
How much distance would that have been?
You moved 30 feet exactly.
How far?
They're like right in front of you.
Oh.
You turn the corner and they're just all there in the room.
Oh, bonus
There's,
action.
4 of them.
A bonus action.
5 of them. Sorry.
Remanifest the echo on the other side of the one directly in front of me.
Okay.
And since I already used my action for the lay on hands, I'm going to use Unleash Incarnation.
Okay.
So that way the echo can attack with advantage.
Okay.
That's only whenever I take the attack. There, I guess I can't actually do Unleash Incarnation, but never mind.
What happened?
I have to be taking the attack action for it to work. So the echo will appear on the other side, and yeah, basically it's just a big loop Garo blocking the doorway right now, and then an echo on the other side of it. So.
Okay.
Okay. Oh. Use bonus action. Do D&D.
know how to do it. No attacks on these imps.
No, I already used my action to lay on hands.
So you healed yourself.
I healed Godfrey.
Oh, doctor. Okay. So you got these imps in front of you. And there he goes over to the imps. So seeing a new target to kind of play with, they get excited, and they're gonna go ahead and swarm you.
Okay. I will say, like, as we go in there, like, they're just smiling and stuff. I just shout at them, move!
Make an intimidation check. Yeah, they.
That was a bad one.
You growl at them, and they just kind of like look at each other. Kind of just like, yeah. And they just like start swarming you. I start crying.
Try like stick those.
20 to hit on the first one. Points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Then
Also, whatever the total is, they're going to be taking 5 ice damage. There's the armor bag at this.
a Constitution saving throw. You're gonna take 9 points of poison damage.
So I'll take 8 damage total, and they take 5 ice damage.
Is it like AoE damage that they're taking?
Just whoever hit me.
Yeah, like as soon as like the ice kind of spreads over them, you can see that like it kind of like freezes for a moment, like oh shit, run, run, guys! And then he like puts his arms out like this in front of you to let his friends get away.
He's protecting his friends.
And the other 4, they're gonna like turn towards the exit door and they're gonna start flying out.
Are they moving out of range of the echo?
Definitely.
It wouldn't be advantage then, right? Okay.
Up on his head and all that, and they're flying over, escaping any which way they can.
Whichever one's closest.
It's there. Reason is
16. You still got both Sigrid and Lefay.
I know about just saying. Lefay showed up with her sister and
Oh,
brother-in-law in Riza. Or she just didn't put it.
Oh, might still be in the town.
Probably.
16 on the attack.
16 hits.
20 slashing, and then 5 force.
You absolutely obliterated these.
Did any of them move? But no, that was my reaction right there anyway. So
Yeah, so like one of them starts to dart towards the door. The Acronix kind of like raises the sword, hits it against the ceiling, it falls down dead. The next one's gonna like try to fly overhead. Only once, right? Was the reaction? Okay. Yeah, they're gonna one by one just fly out into the hall. Sigrid, you watch as the door like flies open, and I need you to make a dexterity save.
No. There you go. Figure it out there.
are they
Yeah,
What'd you get?
she had an 8.
Yeah.
plus?
No, like that. I plus.
Oh,
It's a +2 on saving throws.
yeah, you guys will be
6.
fast of friends.
Well, it depends on how hard.
You're gonna have flat noses
You take
together.
8 points of bludgeoning damage as the door slams into your back.
Motherfucker!
And just one by one.
There were only 4 of them?
There are now
So 2 of them flew out, one of them's dead.
3 of them that survived and are leaving. And there's one in front of you, T-pose.
Yeah.
Leave my friends alone. If you don't, I promise to bring retribution upon you and all your family. And he's like got a big gash in his chest, he's bleeding. So, like,
That's very admirable for him. Are you sure you're fighting for the right side?
what's that supposed to be? Names can't have friends.
They're just like,
Do your
oh,
masters
so
allow?
cute.
Shut up, you're being weird. And try to conflict me and confuse my brain. It's not gonna work.
Do you really think your masters won't just kill them at any whim?
Anyone you want. It's what you see. The night's just getting started. And hard storm bane. There we go over to Sigrid. Sigrid.
Won't be the first time Ed Art's befriended some fiendish creature.
They just watch. Aw, cute.
Sure.
Your turn, it's Sigrid. Bruh.
She's gonna hit the door. Look down. You know,
So, look at this. Move. Look. Right here. You're right here. This is where the door just opened and hit you. You're standing right here. And at the end of the hall, you got the 3 succubi. Ashley, Sasha, and Emma. Sitting right there. All 3 of them are right there. Sigrid's not aware that Aurelia, Esmeralda, and Caleb are over here with the thing. We're just trying to like walk towards the succubi.
continues.
You're gonna charge forward? Okay. So charging ahead. Not the one that's got you under his charm. Because one of them is your attack. Okay, good.
16.
Good hit. Uh, 16 will hit. Are you hitting the Sasha or Emma?
Almost going.
She wants short period moment. Kind of looks like I'm walking.
Oh, that's the one that kept
13
staring at me?
13 damage.
Dang.
13 points. And what kind of damage? And what kind of weapon are you using?
Great axe.
Is it a magical weapon? Seems so. It hurt a lot. But that does hit, and then it's slashing, right? Okay, so focus on the first one. What's the damage total? So she actually sees you coming, and she like kind of smiles. She says, "Coming in for a kiss." And you see her like outfit, this kind of like those see-through robes that she wears for her nightgown, suddenly like materialize this armor like form across her body. And as you go to strike, she just raises the shield and smacks it aside. Now, you do. Okay. Is that an action after you've taken an attack?
I think that was a bonus action that we decided.
Okay. So bonus action into your form. Alright. Describe your transformation. We gotta describe it. There's people watching. So I don't know like look at that picture right now.
Oh, she's just gonna get down. Getting bigger and bigger. Kind of like Twilight. And her purpose would be like a dark tan. Her eyes, of course, still like gray. Her claws are fucking huge, like white claws.
Are there any shark features?
Just
The gills?
the gill. And she is very mad, so she's like baring her teeth and
Also, her like therapy way work the same as Edard's. Or like during the transformation, space the total of whatever the health is, and it's just doubled.
For the health that she gets as a shape shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
So on a calculator, just take like the full total, like what your health is, and just double it.
What it is currently. Not what it is at max.
What is it? 59. Yeah, so just add another 59 to it. Right.
Alright, so you transform and you're trying to be all minutes, so you go ahead and make an intimidation check.
She accidentally goes meow.
Jerry.
She kind of like, at first she's trying to like not be impressed, but you can just see like a hint of like, you know, like
There's one bead of sweat going down her face.
maybe a little.
Yeah.
But that's your turn, right?
Yes.
LaFay's back in the hall. Good God, there. Um, Hugh. Um, so you're in the main hall. You've been joined with LaFay currently, and Edward basically asked his sister Aurelia to help with his brother, who's currently in like a state of shock. So she's got one arm under him, trying to like guide him away, and she points over towards the king's room, and she says, "If we can make it inside, we can keep him safe in there, and then we can go about finding my mom."
Do we really need to find them all?
She looks at you, scoffs, and just says, "Do whatever you like," and like she like just starts to head off in that direction. Um, so as she moves over and starts to kind of race to the top of the steps to go inside, it becomes your turn.
I guess I'll follow. Cause he scoffed at me and I feel bad. I'm like, fine.
Okay. As you enter the room, again you see like the scattered remains and pieces of like what was once Jada. Blood smearing the floor, the bed covers, and such. Go ahead and make a perception check here.
Like somebody had a fun last night.
I don't think anything fun happened at all.
I don't know. Looked like a party in here. I got a nice 2. Everything looks okay to me, man.
Yeah, I mean, like everything seems pretty fine to you. Aurelia like points over at the like a bookshelf on the opposite end as she closes the door behind you guys. And she says, find the king's hand, and it should let us in through the secret door."
So am I like cutting off his hand or?
So I mean, if you approach the bookshelf that she's pointing at, there's a lot of books there, but you can't comprehend what she's trying to tell you.
Lady, I don't read, nor do I write.
She just shakes her head. For fuck's sake. And we're gonna cut over to Ona. Do you look like you're in bad shape right now? Um, yeah, Ona's gonna continue to walk forward towards towards Emma, and she sees you attacking her, and she says, "Why are you doing this? Please, Sigrid, you don't have to do this." Talk for, like, as long as there's like interaction, you can talk.
They're just like bearing her teeth. Like she like stops.
Ona doesn't really seem like she's like paying attention to this or realize that you might be friendly. So she wasn't like that.
You know, find something.
I'm trying to upload this page, and like the internet here is just dead right now. Point is that Ona looks over at Emma. She holds her hands out like this, and you see like a shimmering light come off of her hand and cast over Emma. And you see like this like kind of ethereal glow wash over her, and she says, "Oh, thank you, my dear. You're appropriately. You are such a perfect daughter. I'm gonna take such good care of her. Don't worry. We just have to remove you and your friends from sight." Actually, Ona just used a healing spell on the enemy. 'Since you decided to run up, 22 to hit you. 22 hits. 9 points of slashing damage. Um, you did make a Constitution saving throw. She like lunges forward.
That's whatever damage you took. That's actually half. I think if it's physical. Okay. I think there's something to like missing every time I look at the Beyond. Yeah, the damage you took though, that's half. So I think you only took 4 damage then.
Yeah.
actually like she lunges forward, seeing you as a big fluffy kind of animal now, and she like grabs you around the neck and squeezes. She's not super strong where she's causing damage with that alone, but she kind of leans forward and she kisses the side of your mouth. And when she does, you taste like this vile, like poison kind of go into your mouth, and you take 32 points of psychic damage.
I think that would be full damage.
Your total health bar. What is the total of your health? So the 32 that you took is actually permanent to that health total. So when you go to heal again, you won't heal up to that max. Uh, Emma, kind of standing above you, she says, "It's such a pity that we didn't have much longer to play together. The party was nice, at least." And she unsheathes a longsword, and with both hands, she's gonna take 3 strikes at you. 25 to hit. Maybe 8 points of slashing damage. So 8 points of slashing damage plus 13 points of poison damage.
The slashing damage is high.
13, I assume is gonna miss. And you kind of like jerk your head. She misses and she's laughing. You don't have much places to go. She raises the sword, like brings it straight down, and I don't see the 14 is gonna hit you. She's going to lift up in the air with her wings, fly overhead, and land right next to Owen. Since you're currently restrained, you can't make a reaction. I guess both Esmeralda or Sigrid and LeFay watch as an arrow flies from Esmeralda's bow and slams into the arm of one of the succubi, Sasha. She goes to shoot another arrow and misses, and followed by Caleb, who takes another shot, and that one seems to land, making Sasha kind of like stagger a little bit, and she kind of like goes to move as if she's like gonna run away. No, LeFay. Now it is your go. You see a wounded succubi in the hall that your sister and her husband just shot. You see a towering looking devilish entity that just kind of flew out of range. So if you're looking down the passage, you don't see her, you just see the two. And you notice that one of them is grappling what looks like some sort of like lichen creature.
She doesn't know what the one happened.
Okay.
27 minutes.
27 hits.
Is that the...
I don't have skill booster on my thing.
I don't know.
I'm so mad.
It's a non-magical.
She doesn't have skill piercer on there since she had to do the redo an account.
Since she takes that damage, you gotta find a way to add the item again. So you let me know ahead of time. So I can get that done. So arrow flies, goes into her back, it kind of vanishes afterwards. You kind of like get this like side eye glance from her. What do you do next? You just saw Aurelia and Hugh take Godfrey over to the King's Hall, and they like close the door behind them. You still hear stuff going on in the passageways, and you know, fully aware that Eddard's mom is somewhere in that direction. Do you need to take a break? We'll take a break. Hey Hugh, we'll be right back. Here, we'll take a break.
Okay.
Thank you.
Try B-Res coffee today. Made by gamers for gamers. Energy for all.
Yo, what does the symbol mean that's in the map? I'm just curious. I just want to know.
What's up?
What does the symbol mean? What is the symbol on the map?
The one on our ship?
Yeah.
We're the nation of thieves, motherfucker.
What is that?
I'm afraid this isn't over yet. There.
Of course it ain't.
Here, Lord.
What the hell? Rambler! It's an engine cart! You'll see it one day, man. These things, they'll be carrying around 12 different prisoners. They'll run on these things called engines. Quicker than the horses that we rid in our old days.
I'll believe
Oh?
12 prisoners. Put engine. Get the fuck out of here.
Mother!
Well, then you have little to fear of death. You god-awful swine.
What a gangster!
Oh!
Why would
I
they
don't even
call
know how
that?
an engine would work on a system like this.
I don't need
Little
to
chassis,
know.
this little body that we
I
made
don't
that
need
will
to know.
really reinforced, no doubt at all.
He asked me to ask you if you can bring a goddamn posse and come armed. Can you do that?
I got you. Ah. I'm gonna ride to the west here, and you're gonna ride to the east, okay? Make it look real dramatic.
Sure.
I'll see you later, Rambler.
Adios.
And you know, Rambler, I'll add something more to the
Alright, we're back, guys. Short little break to get us going, and we're rolling with the punches. We're on Faye. You took a shot. Were you gonna move or go anywhere after that?
Yeah. Is there like someone who can like hide? Like this or disengage?
You probably you can probably just hide, actually.
Yeah.
There's no one directly next to you right now.
You like just take cover like behind the wall there.
Yeah.
Okay. You successfully hide, and you're currently like right around here. So Caleb is brother here. You're right there.
Okay.
Edward, top of the order.
Already back.
Yep. You got the one imp in front of you.
Okay, I need him out of the way. I'm gonna just try to cut him in half. And then I have the echo on the other side of them, so that's with advantage. Next 20.
For the imp,
Yeah.
you using your sword, right?
Yeah.
You like cut his wing, and as he falls, you bring the sword up and slice him in half. No shot for him.
Yeah. I just need him out of the way.
In fact, you do one of these. You slice him into every slice possible.
How far to the other room from where the echo is?
I mean, you're within the same room, so like the echo would have been like right here, where the door is at. You're like right around here.
I had the echo move its full movement, which is about 30 feet, I believe. And bonus action teleport. Where I'm gonna just switch places with the echo.
Okay, so when you switch places and you're out in the hallway, you find yourself next to Zoe, who like turns to look at you, and she says, "Where's Fenrir?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
We have to grab Ona. They're doing something to her. They're inside of her head."
Is Ona like right there?
She's like all the way down the hall, right where Sigrid is right now, being restrained.
How far is that?
30 feet.
Move it in.
Straight at her?
Yeah, because I still have 50 feet of movement after teleport. Well, no, half my movement was used, so...
Yeah, like as you're running
25.
down the passage, you see this this demonic creature dressed in this black armor. And when she turns to look at you, you recognize the face of the woman that was like staring at you during the ceremony.
Let's make sure I'm using this correctly. Oh no, I only use up to 15 feet to do the teleport, so I still have 35 feet.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll close in on Ona.
That means you're closing in on this guest here.
Yeah.
So she's between you and Ona right now. And she says, "No, Stormbane. I was wondering when you'd turn the corner and come save our precious little girl. If you comply, things could be much easier for all of us."
Completely ignoring this horror. Spoken it toward Ona. Ona!
She's like, so she's between you and Ona right now. And Ona's infatuated with this woman, thinking that's her mom now.
Since Ona's on the other side, does that technically give me flanking?
Yeah.
So, Thirsting Blade. Well, they're both 17 plus 12, so 29 total.
To hit?
Yeah.
That hits.
Six slashing and then 4 force. And this is still in the Lankin form.
I'll be trying to do fucking math on that calculator. This is why you like freaking out, bro. So you come in, you full swing at this bitch. She goes to like parry, like the blade catches, pushes against her, you slice into her arm, she pushes back, and you follow up with another attack.
Using the shield, pushing her 5 feet away.
Does she have any chance to resist this?
I don't think so, but let me double check. Oh no, it's bonus action, so no, I can't do that right now because I already used my bonus to teleport.
So,
how's she looking?
Okay. Yep.
So, first one. 22.
22 just hits.
Just hits.
Mm-hmm.
So 16 slashing and 5 force.
Okay.
Thirsting blade. That's a nat 1 on both.
So complete swing. Roll percentile back for me.
Yep.
So you swing with the first one, just get her. She pushes back. You swing again. You slice into her into her side, and when you go for this next blow, she just kind of like throws her body in the air, tucking her wings, and kind of spins in the air, and your blade just reaches out and nicks across Ona's chest.
Oh, shit. Does that cause damage or? Okay. This might actually knock her out of it. Uh, 26 slashing, and then 11 force.
Yeah, you slice, she kind of like topples back, like
Oda!
grabbing herself, and you see like her eyes just kind of like go from like these like dilated looking pupils, like she's infatuated, to like suddenly it just breaks away.
I'll use like whatever move I have left, like close in on her and just grab her.
You're like right underneath.
Yeah. Yeah, but I still have like the extra bit.
Alright,
Because I had a.
you can't then you can't end it there, and then you gotta move back. Okay, yeah. Alright, so you managed to grab her, pull her out of the way.
Oh, I'm so fucking sorry.
She was in my head. She was in my head. I didn't like it at all. You're a nasty woman, you know that? And like as she like expressed her wings out, she's like standing in the passage. Oh, I really wanted you to stay with me, but I guess I have to kill you too, honey.
She's not yours.
And the gods will never let you win. You still think the gods are on your side? They abandoned you long ago. Your false beliefs are nothing but fuel for our. And it's the end of your turn, correct?
I'm going to say, wait. Yeah, I'll say yes.
Sigrid, contested strength to try to break free. It's too hard. You can use a bonus action to do this if you'd like. If you do it with an action, you can use advantage to try to break out.
I will say it.
Yeah. If you use a bonus action to break free instead of an action. Are you using it to smack her?
Yeah.
She's grappling you right now. Making it pretty hard to hit her. One.
19.
19, you're able to snap free of her grip, and she's looking at you like, oh, I love the way you feel. You're so soft and fluffy.
She's gonna
Oh no.
snap.
Alright, take an attack.
It's gonna be a bite.
So,
Visual too.
yeah, just came back right now.
Natural 20 for a bite.
Okay.
Rick's turn, taking a swipe at someone.
That is an 8
It's
damage. And she got a nat 20.
but you got a nat 20, so what's the die? What kind of die are you using for damage?
God damn. 1d6.
So it's 6 plus whatever you just rolled. It's
5 again. So 5. 1d6 plus 3. So 5 plus 3.
I found the damage. I'm gonna check this.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's back.
Is it showing the thing?
Yeah, it's there now.
Can you get on the Facebook site instead of Twitch?
Uh,
I guess.
is that on Facebook?
No. Somebody's watching. Let us know if it looks good, or if you're having any sort of disruptions. Please let us know in the chat.
Show that on there.
Is that recent just now?
Yeah, it seems like right now.
So it's Twitch being trash. Okay. What was the total?
So I rolled a 5 for that.
Mhm.
Plus a 3, so that is 8 damage.
And she's dealing it with just a claw attack, right?
Bite.
For the bite. Total. So your crit damage is a total of 8. Oof. Good, no good. Okay. What else you got? Use bonus action to break free. Use an action to attack her.
I thought I broke it.
Use the bonus action to break free and an attack action to attack her. What are you doing next? You moving, running? What are you doing? He's like right behind you and engaged with the aeronauts. So if you're gonna run away, 16 to hit. That does it. 7 points of slashing damage from the target you just hit.
That'd be half, so it'll be only like 3.
And then 15 to hit.
Yeah.
8 total slashing damage on that one. Your turn, you're gonna move back in that direction.
Yeah.
Are you gonna run past the aeroness as well? Because you guys are kind of tight packed in this corner, so if you're gonna run past her, she's gonna attack you too. So you're just shifting a space away from the other two. Okay, so you got about 5 feet between you and the two targets that was grappling you and took a swipe at you, okay? So from there, Hugh, um, Aurelia kind of lays Godfrey down on the bed. Again, he's kind of out of it, and she runs over towards the bookshelf, and she like finds this green book that literally says the Hand of the King. And when she pulls it, the wall begins to kind of shake and then start to slide to the left.
Oh,
On the
like the literal
on the other side, you see a 15 by 15-foot room with a round table at the center. It looks like a couple of chairs have been sitting here, and you hear chaos on the other side. What do you do?
I'm gonna get ready in a fighting stance, just maybe for precaution.
All right, so you're just gonna hold your action.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold my action for now. Just because I'm not sure what's on the other side there, so I might be able to jump to a surprise and whack them if need be. Actually, can I use an investigation to kind of see if I can figure out what's behind the door?
You can make a perception.
Okay.
Because as the door slides open, like I said, you see like what looked like an office room where the king and others might have met to like have meetings. It's kind of a small room. You just hear the immediate chaos to the right and just beyond the office doors. Straight ahead of you, you can see that there's a doorway. To the left, there's a doorway, and one to the right. So you can go straight ahead, to the left, or to the right.
Well, because I'm a man, I'm gonna go right because that's all I have.
Going to make this right turn.
Oh no, a big booba mommy comes in front of me.
No.
What am I gonna do?
You see that there are a crowd of soldiers kind of like locked in the hallway, being attacked by these like small imps that are just kind of trying to tear them apart in the hallway.
Do they look like they're struggling?
Not necessarily struggling. They're just. It's just it's a narrow hallway that's supposed to be meant for like guest chambers. So the soldiers are trying to like swing swords and stuff, but they're like hitting the walls, and these imps are like cackling and taunting them and yanking them and giving them a really fucking hard time.
Shit. I'm just gonna yell, thrust the sword, don't swing it. Stab him, don't slice. And you yell that down the hallway.
Yeah, I mean they continue to do the best they can.
Or start stabbing.
I'm surrounded by idiots. Alright, then I'm just gonna end my turn there.
Okay. So I wanna seeing that they're dealing with this situation. Do you look banged up to her?
I'm good right now.
She sees Sigrid down the passage, trying to get past enemy. She casts her hands in this like kind of like long motion, and as she kind of moves her hands left to right, you see that a spear summons before her, and you recognize it to be the spear of Elspeth. She like grabs it. She she grabs that and like she like tosses it up, and it strikes into the chest of the Aranus.
Okay.
Yeah. The Aranus kind of like laughs it off and like shoves it aside, and she sees you. She says, "You see, child, celestial, radiant power. We have become one. I.
Did it seem like it did any damage to her?
It did not do much damage. Ona kind of looking to you. She says, "We have to go, but Sigrid, we need to get Sigrid out of here." And Sigrid is now like between the Aranus and two succubi who are looking like they're getting ready to attack her from behind.
How long till her next one?
Sigrid?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while. They haven't even taken theirs yet. So Ona is just gonna kind of like start moving like kind of down the hallway, but she's like half stepping. And further down the passage behind where Zoe's standing, Zoe kind of looks over her shoulder as you all hear some chaos coming from down the passage that way as well. And Zoe is just like, whatever we decide to do, we're gonna have to get moving now. We're going to go over to Zoe, who she's kind of like half stepping towards like the kitchens, and you can see that there's like something that she like turns and she starts casting sacred flames in that direction. So like this opposite passage, there's something coming along the way that she sees, and you can hear like the cackle and laughs of what sounds like more followed by what sound like these heavy chains dragging across the floor, and what sounds like maybe other guests being tortured and as they're like trying to escape whatever horrors are going on in the ravage. But Zoe just says, "If we don't get moving now, we're all gonna die in this hallway. Come on!" And
How far is Ona from her?
Ona is maybe like 5 feet from her.
Take Ona and go. I'll get Sigrid.
She like grabs Ona, and Ona like looking at you, you know, trying to plead, like, "No, don't, no, not that." She takes her down the passage. And they're back to the kitchens. Hugh, you can hear amongst the chaos in the hallway that there's some shouts from Cassandra. She seems to be casting some sort of incantations, and you suddenly see as these imps just kind of all disperse and scatter as these like flames shoot between all of them to target and kill them.
So I can see this, you're saying?
It's happening in the hallway. It's not exactly your turn. I'm just describing what you're seeing at the moment. Look, they or Sigrid. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. And what you see as like you're kind of like doing one of these, like, you know, you got 2 on your left, 1 on your right, like, you know, this massive armored looking woman. She's looking down at you. She sees Ona kind of like run off the corner. She's looking at Eddard, but she like smiles over at you, and she says, "I see the sting of blade stone hurt you. Perhaps another case."
Natural 20.
Very good. Suck it, bitch.
Constitution? 27. Oh, second.
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
In the row?
Yeah. Because the last
I
one,
didn't even
she
notice.
snapped after
Okay.
she used a fight.
Well,
And
just
I got
keep
her
at it. Keep
20.
rolling natural 20.
Natural 20.
you take half of 19 psychic damage. And that's also permanent damage. And I need you to make that same save again.
Actually, since it was a natural 20, would that just been canceled out then?
Not necessarily say.
Okay.
She's successful.
Okay.
What was that? 23. 23. You do save, and you will take half of this damage as well. "34 points of psychic damage." So, like, the Ernest says this, the two women, Ashley and Sasha, kind of look at you, and they kind of start to, like, blow these, like, kisses in the air. But then when they inhale, you can kind of feel your life force start to pull from your body, almost like a Dementor. And when they see that you're kind of, like, resisting it, and you kind of, like, snap out of it, they kind of, like, grimace. They look at the Ernest, and she says, "Go find the others. Go!" And Sasha turns to run down the other end of the passage. What do you do? Any reaction?
I'm gonna try a claw. Sure, if that works.
Okay. It'll probably be plus, like, your strength.
17 does hit.
20. Hit.
So you lash out with a claw, you strike her across the back of the leg. She like turns down the passage screaming, and then she starts cackling as you realize she just got away. Ashley kind of like waves at you and like runs after her friend, and they disappear down the passage. They run off. The Aranus looks at you and then back at you, Edard. She says, "You smell it?" He puts the jackpot. She like raises her sword. No, she's right there in that spot, and she's gonna swing at you now. Uh, 24 to hit. 8 points of slashing damage. And 14 points of poison damage.
That's just 14.
Yeah, 20. "17 points of slashing damage. She's down.
Yep.
And that's an additional. Uh, 20 points of poison damage additionally. And seeing you go down doesn't seem to be enough for her. Additional 24 points of poison damage surge through your body. She looks at you and she
Is
says,
that like just one failure on the save roll or something?
reread the notes on like how that works because I believe I have to hit like what half of what her health is.
If you go like, I think it's like a little over half, but I think it's like instant death. But you didn't get anywhere close to that, I don't think.
She has one more attack.
Results on automatic critical hits.
Automatic hit on the next one.
Automatic critical.
Yeah,
That would cause 2 death saving throw failures.
what's what? When she's down or when she's
Yeah,
hit?
but she's down. So right now she's unconscious after she went down.
Okay, so one more hit.
That'd be a critical hit with because the attack will be with advantage. And then,
Does she even have to swing? Do I have to roll for the attack? Or does she just take
it
the
just
critical
says
damage?
grants advantage. Automatically, it's a critical hit, so that'll give you like 2 automatic failures on death saving throws.
That's 17 points of slashing damage.
Potentially killing them.
24 poison plus 17 poison damage on top of that. And what's your total health?
Negative 105.
Well, what's
No,
your
actual
total normal
total.
health after the draining kits and all that? Because that was permanent damage.
In no form, it's that. But
Well, minus all that, I think that put her in
that's
220 something. Because I think it was like minus 16 and then a minus.
I don't write that down, man. Maybe I should if we're not keeping track like that. But
Either way, I don't think it would hit like even half like what she was at.
so she does drive the blade straight down, twists it, and then yanks it out, and you just see a stream of blood come out. And she lays there unconscious.
lower decks or like change it.
Blood stained with her sword flicked with blood. She turns it towards you and she says, I recall the day on that battlefield watching your family die. Those foolish boys in your family. We all watched it happen. Such a beautiful thing. The chaos in Dorian army. You people turn against each other. You think you can rule yourselves, and it's so pathetic. Just embrace it, Edard. Just like your cousin here. One at a time. If you come easily, maybe we'll keep your daughter as a pet. And you can serve our master himself.
You ever shut the fuck up? All of you, all you do is talk.
Perhaps you can entreat with him. And that ends her turn. An arrow pierces through her shoulder. Ah! And when she turns around, you look past and you see Esmeralda there with her bow. And she says, Run! Just go! And turning the corner, Caleb shoots an arrow and it's right past her head. And she just says, oh, silver stains. Also my favorites. And she starts to kind of like turn in their direction. What do you do?
Oh, is it my turn now?
No, it's actually Lefay's turn now. over here to kind of shoot arrows down the passage. You know that Aurelia and Hugh took Godfrey into the king's chamber right over here. You know that the royal guest chambers are in this direction right here.
You can help her to the head of and she's gonna do
The Aramis, the evil
Yeah,
one. So you're gonna push up to here and maybe take cover on this side.
Yeah.
Okay. So you shift over. It's you can try to make a stealth check with disadvantage as you're trying to cross the hallway. Because if she's gonna spot you.
And something else. So do I point? Yeah.
No, that just means your
Okay.
thing is added, so. So it's just that plus whatever it is.
29 total. So using that moment when they turn the corner, they shoot. You kind of run past, sliding across to the other side. You hear her turn, and then you see Caleb shoot the next arrow, and you hear her say her little dialogue piece, and now it's your turn. What do you do?
He's gonna use skill piercer. And she's gonna do half of
Okay.
25 hit.
25 hits.
And
I think she's used her reaction.
because I was gonna say, I
Actually,
remember it was like, I think it was like 16 so.
so actually, she is going to parry this. It's at 25, right?
Yeah.
She sees the arrow blowing around the corner. You go to shoot it, launch it. She. Oh, the whole family's here. I think we've caught up to your uncle and your aunts by now, and your little nephews. It'd be so fun. What do you do?
And she doesn't have, she doesn't have any, whenever we're talking, she's gonna.
Okay. At her, she's taunting you guys. She's playing
She
around.
doesn't know how to shut the fuck up.
I want to shut the fuck up.
So since Sigurd's down, how far is she?
Who?
Sigrid.
She is what right here. So if this is the Aramis right here, Sigurd's on the ground right here, and you are like right over here.
Okay. So that's what, like 10 feet?
But again, like she's like right there in front of you.
I thought she was floating.
I mean, it's a hallway. She's like in the passageway with you guys.
Yeah, so I should be able to like get to Sigrid, right? Up all that, yeah, last time. Using the portal ring, is that action?
Mm-hmm.
Could I get to Sigrid, use the portal, and pull her through?
If you're not disrupted in the middle of this action, because I'm going to count it as a reaction opportunity for her to strike.
Right.
Actually, no, she used her
Yeah,
parry.
she already used her
She already got a
reaction.
reaction.
So yeah, I'll close in on Sigrid. And use the ring to open up a portal to I guess I'll go through the kitchen. And actually, I'll take her directly into the king's chamber, the room that they were all retreating to. And yeah, I'll pull Sigrid into there.
Okay. So you vanish away, taking Sigrid's body with you.
I'll make sure to close up the portal so that she can't follow.
And then take another action.
Go. I don't remember, because I don't think we actually even made an actual item for it.
It makes sense to have an action to close it.
Okay. Okay. I'll then use bonus action to second wind.
You know what? Considering that like you've been using it that way, it'll close behind you as you use it. It makes more sense that way, just because of the way you've been using it.
Yeah.
So you do go through successfully.
I'm gonna use second wind for bonus action and heal up 14 points. Me. Don't think I have any health potions or nothing. Yeah. So, anyone in that room?
So yeah, when you teleport into that room, you see that Godfrey is just kind of laying on the bed again, stuck in this trance. On the far wall, opposite from the entrance to the king's room, you can see that the bookshelf has slid aside, and you see Aurelia standing there with her bladed hand, and Hugh's on the other side, like with his weapon ready. And you can hear like clash of sword and fighting going on. Just past that, you can see the doors open into the hallway, and you can see that there is like the passage that leads into the initiatives chambers. There's soldiers kind of fighting and combating along the hallway there, and you can see Cassandra like amongst them, and she's like trying to like hold on to Johnny, and like her hand is like extended out as this demon is like trying to like grab and choke her, and she's like just holding him back.
Okay.
I apologize. Yeah.
That's all I can do right now.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm sorry. Hey Hugh, I'm gonna pause real quick. I gotta run to the restroom real fast.
Thank you.
Try B-Res coffee today. Made by gamers for gamers, energy for all.
Yo, what does the symbol mean that's in the map? I'm just curious. I just want to know.
What's up?
What does the symbol mean? What is the symbol in the map?
The one on our ship?
Yeah.
We're the nation of thieves, motherfucker.
What is that?
Oh, wait down.
I'm afraid this isn't over yet. There.
Of course it ain't.
Dear Lord.
What the hell? Rambler! It's an engine cart! You'll see it one day, man. These things, they'll be carrying around 12 different prisoners. And they'll run on these things called engines. Quicker than the horses that we ridden in the old days.
I'll believe
Oh?
12 prisoners. What engine? Get the fuck out of here.
Mother.
Well, then you have little to fear of death. You god-awful swine.
What a gangster.
Oh!
Why would
I
they
don't even
call
know
it
how
that?
an engine would work on a system like this.
I don't need
Little
to
chassis,
know.
this little body that we
I
got
don't
that
need
one,
to
but
know.
that's reinforced? No doubt at all.
He asked me to ask you if you can bring a goddamn posse and come armed. Can you do that?
I got you. Ah. I'm gonna ride to the west here, and you're gonna ride to the east, okay? Make it look real dramatic.
Sure.
I'll see you later, Rambler.
Adios.
And you know, Rambler, I'll add something more to the...
Sorry about that, guys. I had to step away for a moment. Where were we at?
I just teleport Sigrid out, saw Cassandra being attacked, and that's all I could really do at the moment.
Okay. Sigrid, make a death saving throw. Be a 11 and above.
Yeah. Technically, she automatically failed 2 of them already due to that last attack. Yeah. Well, depending on what you roll. They just roll the d20 and then. Yeah.
So, you go through the portal, having taken Sigrid's body. When you land on the other side, you see all that I described. There's chaos ensuing, and Sigrid, you have a moment of just clarity as you kind of look up at Edard. You could feel this energy drain coming from your body. Your lichen form begins to kind of shrink away, and you no longer see her bestial form. Instead, you just see slowly still body. Sigrid. Look upon Edard one more time.
Sigrid. 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 Hey. Sigrid.
You hear Aurelia shouting, Edard, we're gonna need your help. No. It all seems to blur as even Aurelia can't move from her position, not knowing what could storm the room at the next moment. Helpless. You go over to Hugh. Hugh. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm staying here.
So you're in that passageway, more focused on like the imps, and a bunch of them just got like destroyed, but there's maybe like 2 soldiers left in the passageway as they were caught up with a swarm of them, and you realize that the hallway is littered with the bodies of the dead, not just on your side, but on their side as well.
Oh shit, that's a lot of people.
But there's still some chaos going on in the passageway, and you can see Cassandra struggling as a large shadow demon is towering over her and trying to like choke her to death with the still body of Johnny in her arms.
I'm going to proceed to throw wait. I'm no longer gonna call it my hammer anymore. I'm just gonna refer to my hammer as Wackus Bonkus. What to use for Wackus Bonkus? Kill him. Oh, you naughty Wackus Bonkus. Good idea. So I'm gonna proceed to throw my hammer at him.
Okay.
Let me just roll for my attackings. Letty-dee, letty-do. So one question. Does the shadow demon have like a physical form per se?
It looks like it looks like it did materialize itself into a physical form.
Okay. So in that case I will His ignition is still going to be active from the last session because it's active for 8 hours in game.
Okay.
So that's going to be 18 plus thrown, so that's another 2d8 plus Infernus, plus that, so plus might. So in total, it's going to be 40 points of damage for the first hit.
What kind of damage?
No, so that's the damage.
What kind of damage?
It is a 15 hit. It is force and what's the word that I'm looking for? It's also partly magical, right? Because of the smite. I just can't think of the thing, but does a 15 hit, or do I need their...
15 does not hit.
Okay, and then let me roll again. Does a 22 hit?
22 does hit.
Alrighty, let me roll again for damage. That is a 15 plus 68, which gives me a total of 48 points of damage. In total.
So you chuck the hammer, it kind of like bounces off the walls, and you kind of redirect it, and it smacks against the back of its head as it comes back to your hand. It kind of loses its grip now, like kind of seeing that it has a more formidable opponent, and it turns its gaze towards you and just kind of snarls, and it's kind of like takes a half step in your direction.
Bring it on, fat ass. Try me. As I get ready to fight this thing head on.
And that's your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I need you, Edard, and LeFay. LeFay, you're still out in the hallway, right? Need you all to make perception checks.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. I got 11.
So, LeFay, you're in the hallway. You had tucked behind this Aranus devil, kind of getting ready to fight you, Esmeralda, and her husband, Phelan. You notice that there's a line of torches down the hallways, right? You notice that the flame flickers green for a moment. In the bed chambers, you see the same thing. Like you seem distracted with cigarette, so you only kind of get that reflective green light that kind of cast over her face for a moment. Not many torches left in this room, considering all the chaos and disruption. They were just going to bed at the time when this all went happen. But you get that faint glow. You hear a scream from the main hall. And you can hear a faint voice, you can tell it's Ona, say, "What's happening? No, come back down! Zoe!" You hear the crashing sound of something heavy beyond the castle wall. Something slams into the ground outside. Cassandra, kind of seizing the moment, clutches Johnny and like runs down the passage for the initiative. The entity kind of like taking a swipe to kind of claw at her. She manages to dodge out of its path, and she runs down the passage between the soldiers and the fights going on. She turns around and she casts a streak of fire in the direction of this demon. It impacts it, seems to harm it quite a bit, but it kind of washes off, and the demon's still left standing. Okay. Did you hide after you took the attack? You can hear, and then you can just kind of see as Caleb like steps in front of Esmeralda, and he tries to raise his sword, but his sword gets parried out of his hand, and he gets slashed across the chest, and he goes down on the ground. And then when he goes to swing at Esmeralda, she holds her bow up, manages to like stop it just in time, but when she gets pressed, the blade digs into her arm, and she's pressed against the wall. Aurelia in the room with you. She says, Edward, I need you to get your shit together. I'm gonna go get Mom, okay? Please, when I come back, don't be fucking dead too. And she like charges down the passageway, and you can hear her like, which way is Mom? She is somewhere in this room right here. So you're like right in this area. Aurelia's here. She just charges around and goes this way. Kind of goes out in that fence, right? Shows you have to deal with the demon. While she does that, Q.
Yes. Well, do you see what I see? Because I don't see shit.
Q. So, that demon that you threw a hammer at, it's turned its attention towards you, and it's like gonna just fly right at you with its arm extended forward. Does a 15 hit?
Nope.
So you see it coming, raise your hammer, kind of push his arm out of the way, take your defensive stance. He kind of like looms over you, and he like reaches his hands up in the air, supposed to slam down on you. Does a 27 hit on this one?
27.
Yes.
Yeah, that one hits. But hold on a split second.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I'm gonna use a bonus action to ready myself with hit me if I dare you.
Okay.
So any melee attack that they make is gonna do 2d8 piercing damage on them.
Okay. So I'll resolve damage, then you do yours.
Yeah. That sounded like a big handful of dice. What the fuck was?
That's going to be 28 points of psychic damage.
Oh shit. Okay.
So he, both hands raised, slams down with his like clawed talons and smashes across your chest as he impacts with you. And like kind of hunched over, he's like looking you in the eye, and he looks down at your hammer and just kind of like smiles, almost like he's egging you on to like bring it on.
Okay, well, what's that, with him hitting me, he's gonna take, 11 points of piercing damage.
11?
Yeah, 11.
Is that magical damage of some kind?
No, that's just straight, actually, let me double check that. I don't think it is. I think it's just piercing damage because he's grappled, like, he's touching me.
Okay.
Press reaction being used. This feature, just 3 times on grass. No. Okay, it doesn't have, it's just straight, piercing damage.
Okay. So he doesn't seem too affected by this. You know, he's like smiling at you. He doesn't say much at all, but you can tell that he revels in the idea that you might be some sort of worthy opponent to him.
Okay.
That being said, we go back to the top of the order. So, Edward.
Kind of knelt there for the moment, staring down at Sigrid's lifeless body. Godfrey still traumatized there.
Yep.
I heard Ona, right?
Uh-huh. She's beyond the doors of the king's chamber. Somewhere in the hall, in the main hall.
Gonna go get Ona.
Okay. So as you run out into the main hall, you push the door open. You see Ona standing kind of off to your right, kind of like right around here, in the corner of the main hall, and she's looking up in horror, and she sees you come through, and she like points up at Zoe, who's lifted into the air, and she seems to be like immobile. And you can see that Eris is nowhere to be seen. I don't know what happened. We walked in and then she just froze and started floating in the air.
Nothing else in the room?
Not that you can see, but don't you have some way of like sensing things?
Divine sense?
You can tell that at the center of the room, in the air where Zoe is, there is some sort of evil presence. And it's quickly, like, almost like the energy in that area is starting to kind of grow. Something big is amassing at that point. And just above it, you can see that there is what looks like these swirling lights kind of spinning in the air. And at its center, you just see an eye looking straight down at Zoe.
An eye?
Mm-hmm. Just beyond this, aside from that energy point, you can tell that there's a bunch of things going on throughout the castle, right? Just straight ahead, you can see in the passageway right in front of the main hall, you can see that there's a bunch of soldiers clashing and fighting. Some of them have been strained up onto the wall with these chains, and they're being like pulled apart as their armor gets split and they get sliced in half. And these chain devils are just having a feast as they're whipping soldiers, and soldiers are trying to fight back and block and form some sort of like defense. But you can see laying there, half unconscious, is Fenrir in his bestial form, and he's looking into the main hall from where he's at, and he can just see Zoe in the air.
To assess everything that he can do. Try and think of every sort of outcome that could come out of it. The only thing he can really think about the moment is to get as many people that he can out of there now. As he's going to just grab Ona and call out to any allies nearby. Fall back to the king's chambers.
You can see that some of the soldiers have like noticed this, and some of them kind of like, like rally the others. Come on, form yourselves. Head to the Lord's chambers. Come on.
Hoping that it was loud enough for LaFay, her sister, and Rowell to hear it also. grab Ona and start pulling her.
No, we have to help Zoe. What are you doing?
We have to go.
No, we have to do something. Please, maybe she can help us. And she holds up the pendant of the Raven Queen.
Do I feel her presence at all? Sort of trying to, like, mentally or spiritually just see if I can try to reach out to her. To the matron.
Make a wisdom check. You try as you might, but you feel this amassing.
Is it with advantage by chance or no? Okay.
This overwhelming energy that's surrounding you and almost feels like it's weighing you down. It's oppressive and fierce. You can see that Zoe, like, in the air right now. It's almost like you can see like something is like gripping her arms as she's being held in place at the moment.
Oh no, we need to go now. And start pulling her out of there.
She starts to scream, shout, trying to fight back and pleading with you, like, don't leave Zoe. We can't leave Zoe. And you can see that something starts to kind of formulate in the shape of a humanoid. And they sure enough are holding Zoe from each arm. Across the way you can see Fenrir, just his eyes widen as he's trying to like move. He lets out a cough and everyone in front of him that's trying to like flee gets splattered with blood as he coughs out. And he utters, Zoe. As you pull Ona and start going towards the king's chamber, you can hear what sounds like almost like a bunch of heavy flies. Followed by the cackles and annoying voices of these imps as they seem to be swarming from the hallway and suddenly burst into the chamber and start to fly around the room. The soldiers trying to flee in your direction, batting away and holding their shields up. This amassing energy above your head getting bigger and bigger. You hear Zoe shout out. Close your eyes. Close your eyes! And the eye that's above her explodes. You taking Ona, you turn your head, covering her completely. You can feel this radiant energy building up behind you as the hall completely explodes and you hear the shouts of all these men. Always still erupting with the sounds of battle. You take a moment, holding Ona, who's shaking in your arms. You feel this presence behind you. Lefay in the hallway, watching as his world is being pressured and Caleb is clutching at his chest, getting ready to fight back. You feel the hair on the back of your neck
Okay, little fires.
trickling
Your
sand.
will fire.
I know.
As you know that Arzon is here. Clad in dark steel armor made of adamantine. Stolen from the very volcanic mountain that you guys fought. Floating above you, holding Zoe in his arms. His reddish skin like blood. The veins running through him, the light flame green still emanating off of his body. A crown of horns adorning the top of his head. You realize, Edard, that this is the very entity that's been tormenting you and your group for so long. Your back turned to him. You can hear him say, "You can run, and that's okay. You all deserve a moment of pause after this. I'm going to enjoy this very much." And you can hear a crack, a shout, and a tear. And Fenrir, helpless, lets out a loud cry of anguish as Zoe screams out loud. You hear the heavy thud as something hits the ground behind you, Edard. The continuous screaming continues. I'll be back. I'm not done with her yet. And as Zoe screams and you feel this powerful energy subside and vanish suddenly, the echo rings in your ears, even in the very halls that you stand in with Faye. The cry of a beast. Anguish engulfing him. And like a wave across the city, you hear a simultaneous laughter as all of Arzon's army revels in the idea that they are this much closer to victory. Okay, in the passage, Esmeralda still holding on. The Araness, pulling the sword back, goes for a blow. Esmeralda ducks and slides and moves over next to her husband. The Araness takes another swing. This one catches Esmeralda across the chest. She still holds her bow, reaching down to her side to grab a dagger. And the Araness says, "It's pointless. Why don't you just run? Submit to me now, and it'd be much easier. Think of your boys." But she raises the sword back and goes for a lunge. You can see as it's about to hit Esmeralda that Caleb reaches out and grabs the sword. It slides between his hands and she pulls right back and he lets go. Gasping, she grabs him and starts to pull him away. And and they tuck into the hallway. Merle that says, "We need to get the fuck out of here. We need to just go. Let's go." And as you, Caitlin, and Esmeralda begin to retreat, you realize that in this direction, there's only two ways to go. Up the stairs, well, to one of the towers that you watch the succubi go through. Or you know that further down the hall, there's another set of stairs that leads to another spot.
They're not near the king chamber.
They're over here. Oh, there it is over here. So if you're a flea, you can go up these steps, or you can go down this way and take these steps. But if you go around this way, it's just going to loop back around. Stop. So you guys flee and you start to go aside. Edard, Ona still clutched in your arms. You can feel, again, this entity, Barzon, is no longer behind you. But you can feel the celestial power, whatever this other creature is, still lingering. Or not celestial,
Fiendish or something.
it's not fiendish, the opposite. It's angelic, it's an angel.
Yeah, so that'd be celestial one.
Yeah, okay, there you go. The celestial presence.
Quick question. This thought just came to mind now since they used the ring. Was the ring not able to work before when we had that bubble up?
It's an anti-magic.
Yeah. Okay. Keep pushing Ona towards the king chamber.
So this is where you guys are right now. Like you had just stepped in.
Yeah.
So like all of that happened in the air was like right around here.
Oh, okay.
So it was witnessable, but as soon as Zoe said to turn and run,
Yeah.
I was assuming you turn and run. So if you were to continue forward, you would meet up with Hugh around here, who's engaged with a shadow demon.
Just kind of getting everyone in that tunnel or whatever together there. Gonna use the ring to open up another portal nearby everyone. There, leading to the dungeon initiative town.
Where'd you open the portal?
Kind of like wherever it's like in the middle of everyone.
So Hugh's right here. Again, he's engaged with the demon.
Yeah.
Cassandra looks like she ran off in this direction.
Oh, she ran off?
Yep. There's a bunch of like fighting going on left and right going down this passage. Aurelia took off in this direction. We hit him off.
Okay. Where am I at again?
You're like right around here.
Where's 50 feet to get to everyone?
Hugh's right here.
Okay.
That's 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Get your motion.
Okay. There. I'm assuming that's like a wall right there.
So like, yeah, this is like a small room of 15 by 15. So you have like a pillar right here, and then like a small passage that comes around here. This is technically a room right here, but it's empty.
Yeah.
Here, room here, room here.
Can I see in the room where Mom is?
Only if you go down this way.
Okay.
So if you go down, it's 25, 30, 35, 40 right here.
Okay.
So when you go there, you see that the door's been open, and Aurelia is like standing there, and she like pulls a sword from what looks like this yellow ichor, this like kind of pool on the floor and sticking to the wall. And when she pulls the blade up from the wall, you can see like this like face like pulling off the wall, and it's like you identify a yellow. You can tell and you can hear your aunt and your mom are in that same room. They seem to be somewhere tucked in the corner.
See the opal?
Yeah, so like up against the wall, like here's the doorway right here.
Yeah.
So Aurelia's standing right here, slashed it, and it's peeling itself off the wall.
And where's Mom and Helena?
They're somewhere tucked in the room right over here.
Fire off Eldritch Blast at it.
Oh, that hits you.
Then the other two are 11 plus 12, so 23.
Okay.
Yeah. Weapon force damage on the first one. 9 force damage on the second one. And 9 force damage on the third one.
So you managed to
And
like
each time it gets hit, it's getting pushed 10 feet in that direction.
yeah, like it's getting pushed and pressed against the wall even further.
And I'll shout out to everyone in there, get out!
Aurelia's spotting you. She like reaches over. Come on, hurry! And when you blast this thing back, you see like it's like this yellowish ichor like peel away, and you can see what looks like the face of a man underneath, almost like it took over his body. And you can see that it's the face of the boyfriend that came with your aunt. There was a gentleman there with her.
I didn't remember.
He didn't even have
Some
any.
guy.
Yeah.
I literally wrote some guy. Yeah, so like he's there, and you can see that like it like pulls away, and then it just like slowly starts to consume the space again.
Bonus action manifest echo, so that way, whenever it does have an attack, the echo's kind of in the way to let them get out.
Okay. And sure enough, yeah, like they go to run out, and it like lashes out to try to like hit your mom, but instead it hits the it's the Echo. And when your mom comes out, you can see that like they were, in their nightgowns, and they like wrapped themselves as the best they could with some blankets as they're half naked at this point. Stepping out into the hallway, she like sees you, and like Aurelia like shuffles them out, and she says, "We're still trapped in here.
I have a way out. Just give me a minute.
If we need more time, we can talk into the bats. What are you planning to do?"
We leave Godfrey in that room.
Fucking hell. Fucking shit.
You three take Ona. I'm going to go back to get Godfrey, Sigrid's body.
Take Ona and go where?
Didn't they just say they're going to the bath?
But that's a dead end, Edard. What's your plan? What are you trying to do?
Take the ring off and put it into Ona's palm. You know what to do. Keep it open as long as possible until enough people get through.
You want me to open it?
Yes. You've done it before. You can do it again.
She like takes it, puts it on. She says, "Okay."
Call it to any soldiers within earshot. Fall back to the bathhouse.
There's at least like 3 soldiers privy closest to you.
Yeah.
That caught your attention. They look at you and
Send the order down the line and get as many people there as you can. We're leaving.
"Are you mad? That's a dead end for all of us.
Go!
Come on, get the man out of here!" And, like, you can see that some of them try to like move, and like they get stabbed in the throats and like get like thrown asunder as these demons are trying to like block their paths, and they're like fighting their way through. Go ahead and roll a charisma check this month.
Okay. Charisma or persuasion? Charisma or persuasion?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay, that'll be 28.
Now roll a raw d20.
Raw d20?
Yeah. Do it with advantage.
With advantage.
So the soldiers, sending the word down the line. Hugh, you even hear some of the soldiers shouting, "Fall back to the bathhouse! Lord Stormmaid has a plan! Let's get the fuck out of here! Get as many of us as you can!" And one by one, they start to like kind of push back as one, and you realize that like they're starting to like fight back. You notice that some of the soldiers are like kind of like waving over, "No, this way! Come on!" And you see like a wave of soldiers trying to push through, but you can't tell if the side is with them. At least not from that perspective.
I'll just use the 10 bit of movement.
So if you're like right here,
Yeah, so I have 10 feet left.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go back to
so
that.
if you go right here, you can see Hugh. Hugh, you can hear like the shout of command, letting everybody know that they're falling back into the bathhouse. That Edward has some kind of a plan.
Hugh, we're getting Godfrey and leaving.
So, the demons still locked in with Hugh. We go over to Hugh. Hugh, what are you doing? Looking to wrap up here soon. I know we're cutting close.
How much time do we have? Like 6 minutes?
I mean, a little over, but I want to be cautious of the store owner.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to wait, we can wait till next week for me to just start fighting this thing even more.
I mean,
if it's gonna be too, if you want to be considerate to them.
I mean, the idea here is like you're hearing a shout of command to retreat, but it's up to you if you actually want to retreat.
If I retreat, we'll provoke an opportunity?
They most definitely will.
Unless you use your action to disengage.
Yeah, use your action to disengage, and then yeah, you can duck and run.
I mean, ducking isn't really an option for me because I'm already short.
He's
It's
naturally.
more just running.
Okay, so you disengage.
Yeah, for now I'm gonna disengage and start,
So
I'll make my way back.
you follow the group that's kind of like headed through like towards the bathhouse, and when you make it onto the hallway,
I'm sorry.
huh?
Is Cassandra got away after I took his attention?
So she did get away, and you saw that she was running towards the initiative chamber, like she was gonna head out the back of the castle. But now you see that she's actually reunited with some of the soldiers who are like, they have their hands on her neck and they're like guiding her out.
And then I also said that we have to grab Godfrey.
So, and then Eddard's going back into the king's chamber to grab Godfrey, who is still in a state of depression.
Okay, do I see him grabbing him? Like, do I see him go into this, or am I just more focused on the...
Right now, he hasn't even entered the chamber. He just kind of got to the doorway and sees you fighting that demon. So if you just engage and are running, it's up to you if you want to stick with him or if you want to head with the crowd.
I will disengage and I'll stick with Eddard.
Okay.
Just to kind of keep him protected.
What's your movement speed?
30.
30, so together you can move 15 feet into the king's chamber if you want. You want to do that?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So that'll get, using his movement speed, that gets you over to where Godfrey is.
Okay.
Down the passage through the king's chamber, out through the hall, you can see that, some of these, like, demons are, like, picking at the bodies and, like, chewing and biting some of the leftover meats that are left over from, like, the humans that were just disintegrated, pretty much. And you can just see, like, these, like, bone devils whipping, Fenrir. And Fenrir is, like, just kind of, like, taking it right now. And you can see in his eyes that, like, he locks eyes with you. And you can see this fury, like, building up. In fact, you both kind of feel this energy building. And you can see that there's ice accumulating at the door of the hall below. Godfrey's sitting there.
Godfrey, get on your fucking feet right now. We're getting out of here.
No, geez, brother. Please.
Look at me. If you don't get up right now, lead your fucking people. That is everyone's fate. I'm pointing at the bodies being torn apart.
Nick,
Advantage or no?
Okay, mission's easier, brother.
Can I just grab him and just drag him against his will? Don't even give him a speech, just
24.
pull.
With 24, he's looking at the bodies and he, like, kind of looks at you. So, you can feel a cold starting to fill the room.
Hugh, we're just gonna grab him and Sigrid's body.
Hugh, since you chose to disengage and then move, you don't have that action currently.
Action surge.
You can see.
You
do have action surge?
Yeah.
No, because I used it against Jada.
Okay.
So I currently do not have that.
So, at the entrance, you can feel this cold building up. Some of the imps and other demons kind of like noticing that like they're starting to get this chill in the room. They look over, and one of them kind of says something in an infernal language, pointing over at Fenrir. But Fenrir, like, looking enraged.
What do they say?
They say, stop him, stop him, stop him! Get the master, he's about to wake! And you can see Fenn's, like, body emanating this, like, energy off of it. and he like stands up. He crushes his fist down on the main hall, collapsing the front of the castle. All the demons beneath getting crushed in the rubble get frozen, and you can hear the glass shatters across the halls nearest to him as all of his fury goes into a single punch, destroying everyone and everything within it. You can even hear the cry of innocent men in the passages beyond, suffering beneath his wrath. You no longer see Fenrir. As the bits and pieces of the front castle collapse, the king's chamber ceiling cracking and splitting open, you guys kind of bear witness and look up and you see him enter this primal state. And he charges off into the city. You can hear people shouting and screaming in terror as he crushes everything in his way and clashes with this other monster in front of him. This cold night kind of rushing into you guys as everything falls to chaos. Up on top of the roof of the castle is Merelda, Caleb, and LaFay. You make it up to the top, and as you make it up there, you can see that there's soldiers still fighting, and the front of the castle, you can see that Fenrir has risen up and smashed the front of it. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
20.
You take 30 points of bludgeoning damage as the front of the castle collapses, and you guys can kind of get caught and swept away. You can kind of see as the two succubi had run up there, the soldiers kind of surrounding the rooftop, watching. Look out! These succubi like leap into the air, kind of taking flight and like flying away from the scene. You kind of tumble and collapse, falling down. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Seven. As you kind of roll and you fall, you hit the ground, you fall unconscious. Cutting back over to Eddard, Hugh, and Godfrey. The
He rolled high out of random.
the demon that was facing Hugh is kind of like slowly walking into the room, and you can hear a voice in your head say,
That's coming from that thing?
you believe it could be coming from the demon itself.
How bad does he look banged up right now?
He does not look totally bad.
He looks like a bitch. Just saying.
Let's kill this thing and get Godfrey out. And as they go toward it, manifest echo behind it.
Okay.
Uh, 19? Wait, no. 21.
21 hits.
18 slashing and 7 force. Thirsting blade. 30.
That hits.
$26 slashing damage and 7 force.
So you run up, ah! Lunge your sword forward. He goes to kind of like block it, but instead he fucks up. You slice through his wrist, impacting his chest. You pull the blade out, and you go to swing again, going across his stomach. And is he ready for the next strike?
Oh. I'm going to expend a spell slot to add 2d8 radiant damage. Okay.
2d6 radiant damage?
2d8.
2d8, okay, good.
That is a divine smite. That only adds 4 radiant damage to it.
4?
Yeah.
This last impact that you hit him with, you can feel the power radiate out of the blade. When it impacts him, you can see that it like lights up this demon for a moment, and for just a second, you can see the resemblance of what may have been a human once. But it quickly flashes back, and it grabs at its wounds, and you can see a black ichor dripping out of its stomach.
Unleash Incarnation.
And it looks at you and it just says,
Use an Unleash Incarnation now. The Echo is attacking. 18.
Hits.
$26 slashing damage and 4 force damage.
How do you choose to finish this thing?
After doing that last slash, when it comes at me, I kind of just sidestep and just bring the sword upwards, slicing the face off.
The body begins to kind of like slump over, and just as it's about to hit the ground, it just vanishes into a black dust.
Nothing else around us right now? Nothing else around us?
Not at the moment.
Grab Godfrey and let's go.
So you grab Godfrey, and you guys begin to kind of fall back.
Yeah.
Can I also say I grab Sigrid's body?
Yeah.
I'm gonna carry her on my back.
So as you guys fall back, you can see that like the hallways are littered with the bodies of the dead, you know, good and evil. You can see that the soldiers managed to push through. Anyone that was remaining in that hallway managed to survive. And when you make it into the bathhouse, you can see that Ona's standing there with the ring, and it's been opened, and people are starting to kind of go through. And you can see Cassandra like fall forward, and she like grabs you.
Go.
Come on. And she starts to go through, and Godfrey like kind of like slumps, gets dragged through the portal by you.
I stay behind Proa to make sure we get as many through.
One by one, you watch as the soldiers pass and continue forward. including your mother and your aunt. And soon enough, it's just you and Ona standing there. And Ona says, okay.
There was no sign of LaFay, Esmeralda, Caleb, or nothing.
She closes her eyes and you can see that she's whispering something. Please. Please. Hear me. One more time. I just want everybody to be. She looks up at you and like, look at your face.
Slowly start reverting back to human form. Yeah.
She like takes your hands and as you both walk through, the portal closes behind you. Okay, you start to come to consciousness. Distorted, confused, there's dust in the air. You can hear a muffled gasp. LaFay? LaFay, where are you? You recognize Caleb. He's like pushing himself out of a bubble. Hey, you okay? Like looking about. And when he looks, you can see the courtyard. Rubble kind of strewn about, bodies kind of mixed into the lot. You can see that there's this large demonic creature holding Esmeralda by the back of her neck. Her bow broken before her armor shattered. And you recognize, at least, I'm not sure if you remember, he's like a demon that kind of looks like Jason Momoa. What? I'm gonna take you out of it a little bit, but big, burly, muscular.
A Baylor?
Yeah, a Baylor, yeah. He has no shirt on, he's covered in fur. And he's just holding he's holding the back of Esmeralda's neck. She's just looking like distraught, weakened. And Caleb takes a step forward, but you see that there's an army of creatures between you and them. Let her go!
You're good. You're good.
You can see that the Baylor in this distance, because he's have a series of rubble between you. It looks like the fence has been like caved in and kind of creating a separation between all of you. You see that he smiles in destruction. She like lands a plump before just kind of like sitting herself upright. No, no, no. Please don't do this. Don't do that. You can see the small figure. He rubs his fingers through. I guess we've all come full circle now. Long story it's been, but I've enjoyed myself thoroughly. He has veins running through his face. You can see his eyes from this distance, these little red glows looking at you. You take a step forward. You feel a hand reach out and grab yours. And you realize it's not. You turn to what you see in the story. His daughter behind him with some of her friends, kind of clutching themselves in the cold of night.
No.
Takes out
I don't know.
his hand on the back. His mouth and neck.
Don't you fucking do it!
Pushes Esmeralda forward. She falls down. Dorian, grabbing hold of you, pulls you away. Some soldiers from the Silver State Army grabbing Caleb as he watches his lifeless body drop and roll to the ground. The demons surrounding them all laughing. They pick up her body and begin to carry it across, throwing stones at it. So it just vanishes within the crowd. Last thing you see is
D&D's fun, right, guys? Fuck you.
it's not over. See you all next Saturday. I know this was a solemn, dark end to leave on, but it's been a long time coming too. See everyone on the next session.
Alright, see you, man. You guys have a good night.
Alright, you too, man.